Hello everyone, and welcome to my second video. My first video was kind of more of a testing phase. I kind of wanted to see how my camera did, I wanted to test some new gear, and overall I just really wanted to introduce myself and it was really bad gameplay, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of getting used to the camera. I got the camera maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I went a couple weeks prior, and I actually did get some really good footage. But I was having problems with the camera, still trying to set it up. Long story short, it was set to a 3-minute loop, so every time I would go into a game for like 20 minutes, it only recorded about 3 minutes of that game. So it really didn't work out. Anyway, so I'm Coolish Hero, and I just thought maybe introduce myself, and here is my gear loadout for the year 2016. So for starters, we're going to start off with my plate carrier. My plate carrier is, if you look at it, is a DEF CON Tactical Gear plate carrier. And I basically just kind of went to my local airsoft shop on Long Island and just kind of tried a bunch of stuff on. And I really like this one because I'm a very small person. I'm about maybe 5'3". I mean, I'm super tiny. And having this on me yes, it covers basically down to my, basically let's just put it this way, the battle belt I have that we'll show in a second combines with this somehow. It literally just ends up on top of it and it really has no effect, but it fits very well, allows me to breathe, and I've been kind of playing around with a couple variations with this setup. So I added the sling after playing one of the big games at Cousins, and thankfully I learned my lesson. You need a frickin' sling. Having to carry my old Milsig Mark III around was excruciating to a point, after being on a field for like 3 hours, 4 hours long. Anyway, bought the sling, added it in. It's hooked into my vest, so I can't lose it, and it's a detachable, so it's both 1-point and 2-point sling. I basically use it for 1 point at this point because I like being able to switch sides, but anyway. Condor pouches with some, I have one old Milsig, I don't even know what the hell these things are called. It's like an older version of the Faz mags. I really trust these things. On my old round mags, the balls used to roll out on these things, but thankfully, since I'm using my Scarab mags, these things are amazingly, nothing comes out of these things. And the Condor, Condor double mag pouches, M4 mag pouches, are my personal favorites. I just like having the flap. It just feels nice them being secure and inside. I don't have to worry about them jostling around and any of that. Yes, the pain to reload, but that's why I have one of these, just to have a quick mag I can reload. And I do have something else set up just because I'm fiddling around with this. I'm actually adding a pistol. I do have a TIPX. I'm just finally adding it in. I just recently purchased a K1 Kydex holster from Doug over at K1 Kydex. I love those things. I can't wait to get mine in the mail. I can't wait to show you guys some footage of me playing it. But needless to say, M4 mag pouches. I do have a Zeta mag holder just so when I've been setting up for the pistol. I do have a Zeta mag holder, and I also have a Zeta mag. I have like 3 Zeta mags that I'm waiting to use my pistol. And then on the back is a tank holster, so I like to run a remote line for my pistol. Because I find that the 20-gram cartridges fail at the worst times, and I'd rather just have a good amount of source of air so I don't have to worry about... I've been in matches where my pistol runs out of air, and I'm screwed with my guns. My Mark III used to jam all the time, so let's just say I learned. And of course, I have a little admin pouch in here. It basically just holds a Allen key and any of the knickknacks in here. That's a scope lens cover, but anyway, on to the next thing. Alright, now on to something a little less plate carrier-y. Anyway, so this is my other gear I wear on me, as well as the plate carrier, obviously. Basic tan Shamog or whatever, just a scarf, tactical scarf. And I love this thing. I basically have to wear a neck protector because I have this thing around my neck. Also wicks away sweat, and just universally a good thing to have on you. If you don't have one, I recommend picking one up. They come in a variety of colors, and just an essential part of any loadout. After that, knee pads. I cannot express how good knee pads are. I've running on the field, I've slid, I banged my knee, and this comes from somebody who has actually had like reconstructive knee surgery. If I hit my knee the right way, it just twings a little bit, like you feel it. So just hitting your knee in general is not a good thing anyway. But these Alta knee pads, these things are rock solid. Like, I've had these for 4 or 5 years, and these things are amazing. They haven't worn out yet. And if you don't have knee pads, I recommend getting knee pads. After that, another essential part of the gear, gloves. We've all been shot in our knuckles at this point, and it's not fun at all. So, don't have gloves, I recommend them. I've always wanted mechanics gloves, but I saw these, and I love them. Yes, they're speedballer gloves, but I love the Kevlar on the knuckles, and I don't even feel these things on. These things are amazing. I've worn these all this year so far. They were getting scratched up originally on my gun rails, but as you'll see when I get to my gun, I fixed that problem, and now these things are very sturdy. These things aren't ripping, I mean. After that, my Condor tactical belt with a Rap 4 belt. What happened was I originally just bought the belt piece itself, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and then I eventually bought the padding around it with the Molly web because I was tired of this sliding around on my dump pouch sliding me. Plus, I'm also, like I stated before, I'm getting a K1 Kydex holster that I can't wait to actually put on this thing, and that'll give it a little more sturdy. Yes, there's clips for it. The padding's great. It just works. I haven't yet to take this out in the field yet. I just got this, so more information on that will come when I actually test this thing out. So next on the list is just basic regular apparel again, still going through my gear. Again, everybody should have one of these, a barrel swab, or a barrel made, whatever you want to call them. Especially just any break, and all modern day mag-fed guns now, I mean, this is, obviously, you want this. Any kind of breaks in the breech, or any kind of barrel breaks, these things are amazing. Same thing with, obviously, a goggle wipe. Microfiber cloth, perfect for when you're getting shot in the face, which happens a lot. Definitely a good thing to have. Next is my True Spec combat shirt, or BDU, whatever you want to call it. Also rocking the MagFed Pro Shop patch. Good. Just, I love these guys. I've ordered multiple things from these guys, including the gun I will be showing you, and their customer service is outstanding. Like, if you go on the MagFed community website or MagFed on the group on Facebook, there's nothing anyone can say that does these guys true justice. These guys are perfect. Hats off to you guys. You keep rocking MagFed. But yeah, just standard BDU, multiple pockets. Usually I put like a game map in here if I'm playing a bigger game. I always roll up the sleeves. I know, terrible practice, but I like being able to breathe. But anyway, and just a simple BDU pants. Again, multiple pockets. I just love having the extra pockets just to be able to. I stick my barrel squeegee and my everything else in these pockets because when everything goes over top, nothing moves out of these pockets. I keep my keys in here. The only thing I don't carry really on me is my phone, but that's for obvious reasons. I don't want to break that. So that's that. And obviously, as you can tell by all my gear, I love Dark Earth. The reason for that is a lot of fields around here are just grass and dirt. Nothing fancy, so being able to blend in with the dirt is just what I thought it would be. Technically, I should have probably gone for multicam, but it was pricier. After that, my True Spec boots, black boots. Basically, everything that's not. My gun is black. The boots are black. My gloves are black. And my the Kydex also are releasing, and my pistol, for example, are all black. That's the color scheme I went with. It just works well. I used to run around in sneakers. That was the worst idea ever. I mean, yes, they're a little less bulkier than boots, but these really good protection and just allow me to grip in and run with and just trot along with all my gear on. I cannot recommend just getting these boots are good, but I can't recommend just not getting boots. Like, they do a tremendous amount of service when you're stepping in water, you're stepping in dirt. Like, nothing gets through these. So there's that. Okay, before we get to the best part, the gun, I just want to say, obviously I have to show off the helmet. The helmet I wear is a Dye i4. It works really well with aiming down the sights on any mag-fed gun. I mean, I tried the E-Flex and everything else. I didn't like them as much, but I definitely recommend the Dyes. These things, I mean, for someone with a small face like I do, these things are amazing. They fit perfectly to the contour of my face. The only modification I made to these things was add a carabiner clip, so I have a place to hang it on my armor when I'm running back to the field or just hanging out in the waiting zone. Yeah, definitely recommend these. Now, actually, there's one more thing. One thing I'm not going to show you is I do have a helmet on right now where my camera's mounted right now. I'm using the night vision goggle mount from Brain Explorer. Basically, I love the helmet. It protects me from getting shot in the head. Otherwise, I used to wear a backwards cap, but I definitely love the helmet now after wearing it for a few times. Got to break it in, and I basically don't feel it anymore. I mean, it's still a little clunky in your head, but you get used to it. Now onto the main piece that we're all waiting for, my marker. I use the Mark II Mod 3 TGR2 CQB. I was really on the fence about choosing what marker I wanted. Originally, when I first got back into MagFed, I was using a Mark III, Milsig Mark III CQB. I think it was a CQB, Mark III, whatever the heck it was. It was definitely Mark III K series. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. I used the thing maybe 4 or 5 times, and then I just kind of stopped playing paintball after a while. But then when I came back earlier this year, I said, you know what? MagFed has really evolved since I stopped playing, and now I have the money to actually go and be able to do all this stuff. And also, I have a ton of friends right now that really are interested. I got a group from my college to go. But anyway, basically, I was on the fence of choose my marker choice. I was going to stick with Milsig M17 for the automatic. Basically, the choices were Milsig M17, the T15, and the TGR. Yeah, no, rough choice, right? They're all basically the only ones on the market besides like a RAP4, 468, and everything else. The T15, that was like my main choice. That was the one I was going to go for. But on Long Island, shocker, you are not allowed to use first strikes. Now, the two main fields, Cousins and High Velocity, do not allow first strikes unless for big games, but I haven't yet to seen that yet. So there goes that off the field. I mean, yes, T15 for round ball, beautiful gun, works great. What's the point if you're not even shooting first strikes? The M17, fully auto, I would have loved to have that, but I already had a Milsig, and I was like, you know, let me try something a little different. So I jumped into, I researched the TGR, and I kind of felt, honestly, I was a little skeptical. Once I actually got it in my hand, I love this thing. I love being able to, like, when there's a breach in the, like, you know, which happens sometimes a lot if you overload the mags. They breach right, you can see all the paint right there if you can. I don't know if I angle it right. I usually had a lot of breaches in the hole here. Because at first I overloaded these mags too much, which is a no-no. These are 18-round mags. Don't go any higher than that. Should be a little shake in these, and then you're perfect. But also the thing I loved is this. I didn't pull all the way back, but mind you, this thing for clearing breaches and just having this feel, I love this. I mean, the T15 has it, but it doesn't have one that goes back like this one. You pull, and it automatically goes back. It's spring-loaded in here. Let's get into it. Basically, I didn't really make any modifications, really no internal modifications. I'm using this is my sling point for my 1-point sling, a Ninja 13 CI tank, 3000 PSI, my old Milsig Mark III. I was running the one that came with the TGR2, but I wanted to go with the color scheme, so I'm running my old Milsig Mark III buttstock. Basically, just basic airsoft parts. Just regular red dot sight with built-in riser. Riser came with it, so I didn't have to buy an extra piece to use it. This is just a battery holder. I thought it looked pretty cool. In case I ever want to get a zoom cam, my buddy Sniper Zero, who I'll link to the channel in the description, he built a Mobius cam holder. That's a zoom cam for this thing. So in case I ever want to do that, I do have this. Otherwise, it still looks pretty cool. I got the rail grips rubber guards because I was tired of wrecking my gloves on the rails here, so these are perfect. They're comfortable. Like, I can do over grip. I can do tons of things with this, and it works great. And then the barrel, I'm torn between the two. I'm still testing out. I have a Lapco barrel, Big Shot Assault, that I'm still kind of playing around with. The last time I went with this thing is when I first got it, and it was really windy to be able to gauge on what this thing, like how good is this thing. So what I was running prior is what I have on right now. It's a Milsig Marksman barrel. It's a 12-inch barrel with a Milsig Mach silencer on it. And I just love the look of this thing. And it shoots really good. Mind you, round ball. This is not rifled. Again, everything here I'm shooting, everything I have is round ball because no first strikes on the island. So there's that. And then back to what I was saying with my plate carrier. I've been playing around with my kite. I've been playing around with like getting room for my Kydex holster and being able to draw the pistol without having to any interference. My whole right side's free now. So what I had to do on that though is I got rid of 2 pouches. So in order to compensate for that, I got this thing. This is a Milsig dual mag holder, and I haven't got to use this thing yet. I love this thing so far. They're staggered, so I can easily put them. I can feed them in easier without having to having any issues like taking this thing apart with the Allen key every single freaking time when it's perfectly tight. But this thing, I love it. Yes, it adds a little more weight to the marker, but it absolutely is nice to have. Just being able to reload fast like that, it doesn't really interfere with anything. And it also freed up my my plate carrier so I can use the pistol. And that's pretty much it. I've been playing around with my gear for a while now. I think I kind of got it to where I want it right now. Yes, there's still room for improvement. Yes, there's still room for improvement for my channel and everything. But I hope you guys stick with me. I know I got 60 views in my first video, and let's just say I'm going to try my best to do what I can. I have a Twitter. I have just going to get everything what I can to do what I can with what I can. I'm also terrible. Again, I'm also terrible at speeches. But if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. I will try to release a video weekly. My next paintball trip will be on September 10th. I know it's a long time away, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I kind of have to save. Not save money, but I just have a lot of things that were for work and everything that I can't handle first. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon in the next video.